how to do a subject to real estate transaction. I thought you would never ask. Let's go. And welcome back to REI Simplified. I'm your host, Adam Johnson, where we break down complex real estate situations and scenarios for people like me and you, the beginning investors. I get questions all the time about subject to, how to do them, how to structure them, what does it mean, you name it. So I want to get in today, kind of give you a little bit of a good little breakdown mechanically of how the subject to starts, how it ends, and some of the middle pieces as well. So first off, for my new viewers, what is subject to? Okay, subject to is a way to purchase a property, real estate, piece of land, whatever the case may be, subject to the owner financing staying in place. What does that mean? Well, in real estate, you generally have two vehicles. You have the deed, which shows ownership, and a mortgage, which shows financial responsibility. They're not the same. Okay, so when you purchase a property subject to the ownership, the deed transfers to your business, to my business. It'll go from Mr. and Mrs. Smith to Johnson Property Investments. However, the mortgage will stay in the seller's name. The owner financing stays in place. So Mr. and Mrs. Smith's mortgage will stay in place, and then my business will begin making that mortgage payment for Mr. and Mrs. Smith to Wells Fargo, PennyMac, wherever that mortgage company is. We'll begin making that payment in full on the first, indefinitely, until we either sell the property, paying off the mortgage, cash out, refinance the property, or just pay off the mortgage whenever we feel like it. So that is what subject to is. So the questions I get are, how do we structure subject to deals? Well, it's much easier than you think. Okay, now let me just say, subject to is not easy. I want to make you think that it's just a walk in the park. It is not. There are many moving pieces, and especially legally, you want to make sure that you have all your I's dotted and T's crossed. Make sure that everything is taken care of, because these are very unique types of transactions. So when we talk about structuring a deal, I tell everybody, I tell my sellers, I tell my students, whoever I work with, you have got to create a win-win situation. I'm not just saying that for TV purposes. That is how every deal that you enter into in business, ethically at least, you have to create win-win situation. If at any point you feel that you're getting more than the seller or vice versa, take a step back, reassess, and maybe even renegotiate, reevaluate, okay? So it's got to be a win-win situation. Yes, I'm in real estate, buying houses subject to make a profit. That is no secret. But also, I'm able to create win-win situations for the sellers, because I'm taking this problem property, this property either they can't afford, they can't afford to fix the property, they're behind on payments, they've outgrown it. There are many, many reasons why a seller needs to sell a home subject to. So we create win-win situations. We've had families before that have outgrown the properties. However, they didn't have enough money to even move forward. So we've actually paid the first month of rent and the deposit on their next rental property, so that we could get in to take possession of the property, the subject to house, and do what we do with the house. So structuring properties have got to be a win-win situation. There are many factors to take into play. There's the possible, if there's any equity in the home, we got to discuss that. We have to discuss if the home needs repairs. We have to discuss if the sellers are behind on payments. There's many, many things that have to be discussed. I actually have other videos talking more in depth with those situations. But step one is creating a win-win situation. Yes, we're in business to make a profit, but we're also in business to help families out in need. Okay, contracts, documentation. With subject to transactions, as I say all the time, they're so unique. You have to have, well, at least I recommend having specific subject to purchase agreements. Okay, your typical 34, 35 page purchase agreement that a realtor is going to have is not going to suffice when buying home subject to. Let me take a step back. They're not going to give you the protection you need when buying property subject to. Yes, I can get a contract from a realtor. We can sign a few things, and I can buy a house subject to. However, that contract is not going to have the unique details regarding the mortgage payment, because in this subject to transaction, money is not exchanged. Okay, we're simply taking possession of the property. The deed is switching, as I said before, and the mortgage is staying in place. So there is no, big $200,000 transaction. There is no, for 3% commission to these people, 3% commission to these people, all that kind of stuff. That is not what we're doing here. But that's what 99.97% of the contracts, purchase agreements, all state. So highly recommend having a unique purchase agreement that is specifically for subject to. We have all those documents that we've used to purchase over 52, 55 houses thus far are all available. I'll put the link below on our website, which is reisimplified.co. So without really getting too deep into all the what ifs and the thousand things that could happen, that is the good concept and foundation of when you're getting into real estate, getting into subject to home buying. I tell everybody, you must educate yourself, do your research, find out what's, all the details of subject to, all the legalities, all the financial responsibilities, all that kind of stuff. Make sure that your contracts, your statement of understanding, your POA, your statement to the mortgage company, all 6 of the critical documents that we always preach about, that are available for download, make sure that they are spot on. Take them to your attorney. Make sure your attorney looks over everything and they feel good about putting their name on your subject to deal transaction. So that's it for today's quick video. I want to say thank you for everyone that stuck around and watched the video. If you got some value out of this, please like, share, send it to a buddy. Why not? It's free. So until we meet, until I get that phone call, until you guys schedule a consultation, I'll see you guys again here on YouTube, on Facebook, on social media. Please start that business, go out, start buying some houses. And if I can ever help you, I'm simply a phone call away. We'll see you guys later.